Okay, so we are going to work on this worksheet for combining like terms. So the way that we're going to do it, we're doing all the odd problems. Instead of doing one by one, um, I'm going to go through and let's talk about like terms. So let's first just highlight everything that is a like term. So let's go to number 1. Zoom in a little bit. Alright, so we have negative 3x plus 9x. A like term has the same variable and the same exponent. So these are like terms because the variables are the same. We're going to come back and get the actual answer, but let's go on to number 3. So we're going to go through and just highlight everything that is a like term. So these two are like terms. 5. This has an x, this has an x. So these two are like terms. 7. Now on 7, I'm going to add something to it, and you can add it too, but it helps if you actually see, let's undo that, make it smaller on the width, if you can actually see that this is a negative 1. Because when you multiply 1 by anything, it's the same as if I were to give you 5. I could say 1 times 5, I could say 1 times 1 times 5, 1 times 1 times 5, and you will still get 5. So this 1 doesn't do anything. And that is the identity property that makes it to where it doesn't do anything. So look at this. We have the negative 1 here, and let's go through and highlight what makes it a like term. So these both have x on here. Now later we're going to have to come back because what makes this one a little difficult is that you have a negative and negative here. So we got to think of how to do this, and it's going to be KCC, or keep change change. So we will come back to that one. Okay. Now let's go to 9. What is your like terms 9? So instead of highlighting here, I'm going to go back to our underlining that we did in class. Now this is the same as highlighting, but since I have more than one like term, it helps if I do one underline. So all these 3 are like terms because of the x's, and then 1 here. Go to 11, look for the same. Notice 11 has that same kind of difficulty because you have a negative here and negative here, right? So you could use keep change change, or what is a negative times negative? A positive. Alright. So now we have like term here. I'll change the color. Let's this like term here, like term here, like term here. Let's put a 1 so we remember what we're adding, and this one is not a like term with these. So this gets 2 underlines. Let's go to 13. 6x is a like term with nothing here. There's nothing else that has an x. 8y, there's one other number with a y. And negative 3. So this one has 3 on here. 15, go to 15. Now if I'm going too fast, the great thing about the video is you can always pause and rewind and play. So 9, this one, any other numbers, not a number, not a number, not only a number, not only a number. So there's no like terms with not a 9. 3x, any other x's? Yep. Negative 8y. There's a like term here. Okay. And let's bring our attention to this when we come back. Again, this has your negative and a negative here. 17. Look at 17. 3x, like term with 3x. 2x. Any other like terms? Nope. Negative 7y, negative 3y, negative 7, or sorry, positive 7, and negative 1. Okay. Okay, 19. Let's go to 19. Okay, let's put a negative 1 here. So negative 1x. Anything? Yep, here's another x. Here's another x. And try to extend this. I didn't make a point to do that in other problems, but if you extend it here, it helps you a lot to not read this as just positive 8. It is actually a negative 8. So extending it all the way helps a lot. Even if you wanted to, you can extend it here and read this as a positive 6, not a negative 6. Okay, 8. Anything with 8? Yep, 3, just a number. And negative 4y is on its own. 21, our last one. 8x. Anything with 8x? Yep, negative 1x. negative 5y. Anything there? Yeah. And let's put a negative 1y. So these have 2, they're like terms, and 3 for 9. Okay, so now we have everything set up to where when we do the problem, it should be a lot quicker. So let's go to the first one where we were highlighting instead of underlining. I'm going to go ahead and underline this now, just so then when we get to underline ones, it makes more sense, just because we're using the same thing. But know that it is the same. We were still making like terms when we were highlighting. Alright, let's pick something here. Now, negative 3x plus 9x. The way that we do it is you do the number first, and if you would like, write this down, then the variable and exponent. Okay, let me show you what I mean by that. So I did that in class when I was talking about how you could count the pencils as, when the pencil represents x, you could count it as 1x, 2x, 3x, 4x, 5x, right? So let me pause this. Okay, I had to put up a video. I feel like I'm talking, but I can't really show you what's going on. See, look, now I can do all this. Isn't that great? All right, so we have number first, then the variable and exponent. Let's see where I left off. So we have negative 3x plus 9x here. So in class, that's why I wanted to show the video. Now I remember. Okay, so in class I was saying 1 pencil, 2 pencil, 3 pencil, and then we got to the point where it was a stapler, and I counted this as altogether 6 pencils, 1 stapler. I would say 7 pencils, and then you guys correct me that that's wrong. You would say 7 pencils, 1 stapler. So then I told you x's and y's. So this one, let me reverse it so it looks good for you. So this one you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6x and 1y. So 6x plus 1y. Now, when I got to the next part, I was talking about, okay, well, there's 2 ways to actually count. You can count this as 1x, 2x, 3x, 4x, 5x, 6x, right? But then there's also counting it a lot quicker. You can say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What were we talking about? X. So 6x. You get the same answer, but there's a little difference. And why that matters is when you get to these problems, it's much easier if you do the number first, then the exponent. So number first, then the variable and the exponent. Alright, so let's do that. What's negative 3 plus 9? 6. What is it talking about? X. So now you can really see how it's related to us just doing addition and subtraction to do this, and you just tag on whatever you're talking about. What is the object? In this case, what is the variable? So here, it'd help if you put a 1 in front of that x. So what is a negative 6 plus 1? Negative 5. What are you talking about? X. All done. Next one, what is a negative 4 minus 5? Now, if you need to, write it on the side. Take it slow. Whenever you're subtracting, if you're unsure about it, keep change, change. Negative 4, let me change the color so you can see what we're doing. Negative 4 plus negative 5. Now this becomes 1, 2, 3, 4 negatives. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 negatives. How many altogether? Negative 9. So this would be negative 9 to the number first. What were we talking about? X. Next one. Notice we have the yellow highlight here, so that means it's a little bit harder. 6 is another one that is practiced like that. So let's highlight ahead. So when you're doing this on your own, you remember that 6 and 7 are similar. You're doing the same thing. So you have negative 1x minus negative 10x. So this is going to be, you can either use keep, change, change, or you can say, what is a negative times a negative? Positive. So we talked about that in class. So this is going to be negative 1x plus positive 10x. And you could keep the parentheses if you want. Or you can just have negative 1x plus 10x. Now I'm going to simplify this. So if that was confusing, please rewind, watch it again. But I'm going to simplify this by just thinking of it as multiplication, which I like. Now you can entirely do keep, change, change. But what is a negative times a negative? Positive 10x. We end up with the same answer, but instead I think of this as multiplication and I get positive. If that is hard for you, stick with keep, change, change. I just care that you get the right answer. Now for the numbers, negative 1 plus 10, you do those first. So you have negative 1 plus 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 0 pair, that's gone. How many are left? 9. What are we talking about? X. Notice that we do not change the variables. It started with X, those were like terms, end with X. Okay, let's go to number 9. 5x plus 7 plus x minus 9x. Okay, so we have 5x plus x. Let's put a 1 right here. What's 5 plus 1? 6. What are we talking about? X. Oh, and there's still this one though. So what we're going to do is, let's do it on the side. Do a little side work. We could bring everything down, but I'm going to do everything on the side. I want to find out what 5 plus 1 minus 9 is. So we're doing the numbers first. So we took this number, this one, and negative 9. That's why it's a minus 9 here, because it was a negative 9. 5 plus 1 is 6. 6 minus 9, negative 3. We now have negative 3. What were we talking about? X. Plus 7. Any like terms? Nope. So highlight your answers. Please get in the habit of highlighting all of your answers, okay? Oh. Let's put that back. Okay. So get in the habit of highlighting your answers. 11, go to 11. We have 6x, negative, negative. So this would be plus 3x plus 1x minus 6. So I'll change it first. Now notice what your like terms are. We said it was 6x, 3x, and 1x. You know that from previous, these underlines. What is 6 plus 3? 9. What is 9 plus 1? 10. So your answer will be 10x and then minus 6. Box your answer. Done. Go to number 13. 6x plus 8y minus 3 minus 7y. No like terms for 6x, we found out. So 8y. One thing you can do as you go through is check mark so you know you hit it. So we're now looking at 8y and negative 7y. What is 8 minus 7? 1y. And then negative 3. Went through all of them. No like terms. This is your answer. Go to 15. 15. Okay. So for 15, 9. Any like terms? No. So we're going to just write 9. Negative 3x and 9x. Oh, wait. I didn't even pay attention to this negative and negative. Let's first rewrite it. So 9 minus 3x plus 8y plus 9x minus y. Now we're ready. So what I did was, I wasn't doing this first. I want to always do that first. So negative, negative gave me a positive. So keep, change, change, or what's a negative times a negative to do that part. Okay, so now 9. We have 9 here. So 9, negative 3x, 9x. So what's a negative 3 plus 9? That's going to be a positive 6x. What is a 8y minus, and then you can put the 1y. 8 minus 1 is 7. Plus 7. And then what were we talking about? Y. Okay, and you are done with that one. And let me get in the habit as well. I'm going to highlight this. Alright, now let's go to 17. 17 has 3x. Anything like terms with 3x? 2x. 3 plus 2? 5x. 7. Any other numbers? We said it was negative 1. So 7 minus 1 is going to be 6.
Austin Harville, please report to the office.
Okay. So 6, and now negative 7y, negative 7y, and negative 3y, last one. So this is a negative 7 plus a negative 3. Whenever you're combining, it's going to be plus. And I only know that because it's negative 7 minus 3. If you did keep change, it would just become negative 7 plus negative 3. Everyone see that? All right. So now this is going to be negative 10y. Okay, and highlight your answer. All done. All right, now two more. 19, negative 1x, anything a like term with negative 1x, 6x, and negative 8x. So negative 1 plus 6 is 5x. 5x minus 8x is what? What is 5 minus 8x? So there are three terms here, so I'm going to do a little work on the side for that. So we had negative 1 plus 6 minus 8. Negative 1 plus 6, I like to draw arrows so then I know I'm doing that one. This is going to be 5. Bring down the minus 8. Arrows for that one, negative 3. So this first one will be negative 3. What are we talking about? X. Okay, so negative 3x. And now from there, negative 3x, we have 8. We're on 8 and 3. That will be 11. We are on negative 4y. Put that there. Okay. Go to 21. 21. 8x. Any like terms with 8x? Yep. Negative 1x. What is 8 minus 1? Do the numbers first. 7. What are we talking about? X. Negative 5y and negative 1y. So do the numbers first. What is a negative 5? Make sure you include the negative. Negative 5 and a negative 1. What are those? That's going to be negative 6. What are we talking about? Y. And last one, 9. Any like terms? Nope. So we are all done when there are no more like terms. There we go. You have to do the even. Make sure you have it ready for tomorrow. Have a good day.